So tonight we're going to focus on clouds or fog. This is a ubiquitous image that's used in Qigong, and it has a number of meanings. But if you just examine what clouds are, or fog, same thing. It's the way we use it. I mean, it's water, and it's air, and it's light. There has to be light in order to perceive it. And then in the healing Qigong, or the image is rainbow clouds. Okay, and the thing about clouds is, they're moisture laden, or fog, and our breath is too. When we breathe, we're breathing air that has moisture in it. And then when it comes into our lungs, there's all this moisture in there. So it's really grounded in the body, in the actions of the body too. But more than that, if you are out somewhere and it's early morning and you're in a fog, you probably had this experience. You can't see objects, or objects are very hazy. And so from that point of view, the point of view of consciousness, we're beyond perception of objects. So we're in an altered state of perception if we're in a fog or in a cloud. And so that leads us into the clarity, or the emptiness, the formlessness. So it's a little bit of a transition from the world of form into the world of formlessness. It's a little bit of an in-between state. So it's moving in that direction. So we'll be incubating, fostering cloud and cloud awareness inside the body and outside the body, and also in the mind. So that's for today. So for this one, let's go ahead and begin with Trembling Mountain and the Taiji twist. So you'll find a rhythm. So the Taiji twist does sink down and it comes up in a very slow rhythm. And Trembling Mountain is sinking down and coming up in a faster rhythm. So if you can use your knees and go into the Trembling Mountain part, and then just turn the waist. So we're really just doing Trembling Mountain, but we're shifting the weight and turning the waist. And what you'll find, I think, when you do this is bringing an awareness, an additional awareness. When we're doing the Taiji twist, we're really aware of the moving body. And here, we're also aware of the internal organs. Because when we're doing this bouncing, the internal organs are sort of moving around a little bit. They're getting an internal massage. So it expands our awareness from just the body moving in space to include the feelings inside the body as well. And let's bring to mind the water element. So the organs are very watery. They have that feel to them, like water balloons or something. And just be aware for a moment just of the water in the mouth, the water in the eyes. And then just using the mind, just simply know that there's water in the air, that we're breathing little tiny droplets of water into the body, and we're breathing out too. So there's just this understanding that there's actually suspended water all around us. Just we can't see it, but there's always some humidity. So already with the adding this understanding and the bouncing, we're doing this movement in something like a cloud awareness. It's soft. The cloud or the fog is soft. Internal organs are soft. Breath is soft. Okay. Okay, let's reduce the movement. Okay, and then coming into standing. Okay, and then so stillness. And so as soon as we're aware of the stillness, then we're aware of the movement within the stillness, which is the breath. And now, so we have body and breath, and now we'll add the mind. And so as we breathe in, we're imagining breathing in this fog or mist, which we actually are, but we're increasing it, we're exaggerating it. So we breathe this in as sort of this white fog and fills up the body. And breathe out, and then it penetrates the body in all directions. It's just a gentle white fog. So there's this heat and humidity around the body. And then moving farther away from the body, it gets cooler and drier. But moving internally with the in-breath into the body, it's moist. Out breath goes out around us. Okay, very good. All right, let's go ahead and bow to the directions. So first to the east. And to the south. West. And to the north. Above. And below. And then within. So again, we're aware of the moisture in the body, in internally in the mouth. Okay. And back to standing. And then let's go ahead and loosen up head and neck. Head and neck and shoulders. And now you can kind of just moving down, you can sort of work the hips in without actually stopping. So you can go into circling the hips or rocking the pelvis. We don't have to make a distinction between each one of these movements. In fact, we can do them at one time. We're just loosening up the whole body. So the loosening the hips and pelvis, and then the shoulders, head and neck. So this can actually all be done at once. Okay, very good. And let's exaggerate the breathing. So bringing the breath body, mind, and breath together. Yeah, let's just do two more. Okay, so the body should be pretty supple. And then let's go into the balancing. So doing this with mental concentration. So it's more than just physical balancing. It's certainly that, but we're also mentally being balanced. We're putting ourselves in a position where we could fall down, lose our balance. We're doing that on purpose. And we're fine with that. We're fine with it. So a situation that's hard, more difficult, we have a habit of maintaining balance. Okay. It's a mind-body practice. Okay, I'm balanced. I'm balanced on one foot. I can do this. If I get into some difficult situation, I can be balanced, even in the midst of it, whatever it might be. or I can find my balance. Okay. Okay, very good, very good. All right, so let's go into the obvious, which is cloud hands. And we want to maintain a connection, the bubbling wells right above each other. And then the lower hand is the lower dantian, the upper hand's the middle dantian. And so the hands, I know you know this, but just as a reminder, the hands are going to stay at the center line of the body. They're not going to be over here. They're going to be right here. So as we turn, the hands are still there. And then we switch, and hands are still at the center. Okay, so having said all that, you might want to widen your stance a little. This is really a flow. We want to be just in the flow of the movement. And then, of course, moving with the breath. No hurry. If the breath slows down, the movement slows down. And so the name of this is, you know, wave hands through clouds. And so this is where the mind enters. And so we can visualize we're waving, we're moving the hands through clouds, through fog. That's not only in front and on the sides, but surrounding the body. The hands themselves are made up of a lot of water. The whole body's made up of a lot of water. And so it's water moving through water. And then propelled by the breath. Cloud hands. It means the hands are moving through the clouds, and it means the hands are clouds. Cloud hands. And as we're moving through, we're actually holding the fog or the clouds between the hands. There's cloud between the hands. And then you can picture this fog or clouds all around the body, behind as well. And you can allow this movement then to grow so the hands aren't at the center line, because we're extending the sense of this fog or cloud around the body. It's all around, it's bigger. And we're breathing that in. And we're breathing it out. Okay. Okay, now let's just segue into turning the body to look at the moon. It's just extending it farther. Okay, very good. Just reduce the movement. Okay, very good. Okay, and now turning the palms toward the body. And this means we're putting our attention inside the body, into the body. And then as we move this upper hand up, we're moving our attention up the microcosmic orbit and then down the front of the body. And the second hand up. Hands are opposite. The palms are facing the body. We're circulating this fog within the body. Okay. Reduce the movement. And end at the middle dantian. And now we're going to introduce the rainbow light, rainbow clouds. So take your dominant hand, going to reach out, and we're extending or reaching out beyond the edge of the universe to the rainbow clouds. And we're collecting some of this soft rainbow light, and we're going to bring it back to the heart. And then the next hand, beyond the edge of the universe to the rainbow clouds. Bring that in. Sink the knees out. Beyond the edge of the universe, bring back the rainbow clouds. Fill the body. So we're filling the body with rainbow light. Now, the last class, we smiled to the organs and brought colors to them. So we're bringing colors to inside the body, into the internal organs. That rainbow light comes into the body and fills the torso with all the colors. Extend your reach with your mind and bring that back. Okay. So this is bringing health, healing, wellness to the physical body, but also to what the ancients called the light body or the breath body. The Buddha called it the breath body. This is the body which is not purely physical, but it's sort of between, like the fog. Okay, let's do one more on each side. And so one hand over the heart, the other over the belly. Just notice sensations in the hands. And then we're breathing this rainbow light into the body, circulating it around, and then breathing it out through the pores of the skin. So there's the health and wellness of the physical body, and there's also the health and wellness of the breath body or the light body. And sometimes the physical body can be damaged or ill, but the light body can be very healthy. Some teachers have had strokes, Ram Dass, Bernie Glassman, others have had strokes. Their physical body is not well, but their light body, their energy body is vibrant. So that's what we're cultivating. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. And then just come back to standing one. Okay, very good. And now let's bring the hands back up, and then we'll do balloon hands, so full body breathing. So when the body expands, the hands move out. Here, we're expanding the rainbow light within the body. The in-breath, it gets brighter. Out-breath diffuses into the body. Or the other way around, as long as you're moving with the breath. So we're concentrating now with the mind. We're concentrating on this body, within this body. Okay, reduce the movement. Okay, back to standing. And just now, just notice the body is standing. It's filled with rainbow light. This is the chi in the body. And there's a cloud or fog around the body that's also got the rainbow light. And all of this fog, this cloud is conscious, which means you can take that viewpoint. So rather than having your viewpoint from within this body, take the viewpoint of the cloud around the body. Suddenly become much bigger than the body. You can smile to the physical body. We can feel the physical body, it's here. And the consciousness is bigger. It's within the body and around. And just relax the body. And just feel that spaciousness, that sort of freedom of being the consciousness around the body. Your attention can switch from in the body, feeling the body, the breath, to outside, the sort of being all around. It's going to naturally move between the physical body and the breath body. And now just for a few moments, just try to stay in the expanded awareness. This is sort of a bigger you. Maybe sort of a sense of bigness or volume. Okay. Okay, very good. Just take a few more breaths. And now just loosen up the body again in case you got a little bit stiff. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up our stool. Just make yourself comfortable. And just let your body soften into your sitting posture. We're not just going to jerk it into the posture. We're just going to let it soften into the posture. The posture is upright, and then the body is very soft. And let's bring to mind that vertical column or axis. And we're just going to let that keep us upright. It's not an effort to hold ourselves upright. We're just letting that vertical column or beam, letting that align this body. Okay, now as we're sitting, let's go ahead and remember or imagine with the whole body doing the wave hands through clouds. Imagine remember how it felt. Now the mind might change this, embellish it, exaggerate. The mind might take this memory and alter it, and that's fine. You could use your eyes if you like, and your breath. Your imagined movement is in rhythm with the breath. And let the movement change however the mind wants to change it. Okay, and you can go into turning the body to look at the moon if you want to. Or you can go into the microcosmic orbit. We're not imagining some other body doing this movement. We're remembering this body doing it. And if you like, you can imagine that you're Avalokita, who has 1,000 arms and 1,000 hands, doing these movements all around, so that you can feel all around at once. We can extend our sensory perception, our feeling, in all directions, as far as we want. Okay, and now let's see about moving the center of perception from within this body or this face or whatever, to move it so that it's all around the body. The body is sitting there in the middle of this. And you can feel it. And the tingling quality of the body that we can feel is the same as the makeup of this fog around the body. The tingling sensations in the hands and the face, all the rest of the body, that tingling, that's the same quality as the area around the body. And that tingling is conscious. This may cause you to smile a little, because it's a form of freedom. Okay. Now with the in-breath, let's bring our attention into the torso. With the out-breath, let's shoot the attention straight up that column or axis, out the top of the head and way up into the universe. In-breath, gather. Out-breath, shoot that way up. And then when you're up there, keep breathing, and then just take a moment to just look down, look around. The body is down there. You're connected to it. And then sort of slowly come back into the body. Okay, and with the next one, with the next out breath, we'll shoot the attention down that column or beam, down through the perineum, down into the earth. Ready? Shoot the attention so you can feel down in there as if you're way down and the body is way up there. Keep breathing naturally. Body is connected to the earth. The earth is conscious. Okay, with the next out breath, just come back into the torso. Breathe naturally. And then we'll just sit quietly for a few minutes and go ahead and do any of these practices, combining body, breath, and mind. If objects form in the mind, just go into the fog, the rainbow fog, the light. And just focus on the presence of the cloud. And just take a few more breaths. Okay, so how is this useful? So just as the fog in the world obscures the forms, softens everything, the same in the mind. If we're meditating and thoughts keep forming, we can evoke this fog or this rainbow light that will dissolve these thought forms and just rest in the presence of this fog or cloud, rainbow light. Just rest in the presence. It's very comforting. The cloud, the fog is very soothing. Rainbow cloud is very healing. And this can help to calm a hyperactive mind. Breathe in the fog. Breathe it into the mind. The forms become softened. Body becomes soft. And this cloud, this consciousness is awake. Let's take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, just go ahead and loosen up the body. Okay, so I just want to say one thing about this. So this cloud consciousness is always here. It's within the body, moisture in the body, it's all around the body. And it is the nature of mind. It is the space of the mind out of which forms thoughts arise. So, if you're in some situation, let's say somebody is very angry and they're angry at you and they're sending all these barbs to you, go into the fog, become the fog. Then whatever is coming at you will just go through. This is better than a shield. Shield is good, shield is okay. But with this fog, there's still the potential for not being hardened toward the source of the attack. It just goes through. If we harden ourselves to incoming barbs, attacks, whatever, that maybe they're coming from the news or maybe from something you heard or saw, maybe something someone said. If we harden ourselves to it, then we're in aversion. And it makes it more difficult to view the source with some kind of empathy or compassion. So the cloud is really the form that's advised for dealing with, well, the image is lightning. Lightning just goes right through a cloud. It doesn't harm the cloud. So with some practice with this in your meditation and your Qigong, then it's here to use when you need it. Even if it doesn't come to you right away, it can come to you, you can remember it, and then just bring in that cloud quality. Then you can be very stable. Okay. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our closing. So 1, 2, 3. And do whatever you need to massage the face. Okay, and let's tap the kidneys. And massage the kidneys. Okay, thank you so much for your presence, for your practice. I very much enjoy practicing with you all. And we'll see you either for questions and comments or Saturday morning at 9.
Thank you. This was our first time.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome, Diana.
Yeah, I used to do it like 20 years ago.
Oh, and who
Yeah.
did you practice with?
It was in Washington, D.C., and it was with, what was his name? It was a master from Vietnam or something. It was a
Was
large,
it Mantak Chia?
no. Oh boy, it's been
That's
a long,
okay. You'll
been a
think of
long
it.
time. Yeah, a large group of Asian immigrants would get together in a hotel and do this practice. And
Oh, wow. So you liked it.
yeah, I did. Yeah, it was very different. It wasn't as vigorous as what you were doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Yes, there's many, 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 many different kinds of Qigong.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, and this particular, this breathing earth Qigong has evolved over many, many years. It's generally useful. It's particularly useful for people who are meditators.
Mm. Mhm.
It's if you do these practices prior to sitting meditation or standing meditation or walking meditation, it tends to really deepen the meditations a lot. And so that's why at this class, at the last part of the class, we go into sitting.
Yeah, kind of got sleepy in the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
it happens. Yeah, it's best to do it in the morning, really.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
see why. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very. Oh, you have another class on Saturday mornings?
Well, if you want the information on it's a 4-hour retreat, 3 or 4-hour retreat from 9 to 12 or 9 to 1. That's available on Zoom. And so you can attend the retreat on Zoom or the retreat's recorded so that you can, if you want to sign up, I can give you a link to the YouTube and then you can use that to review, or if you can't make it to the retreat or whatever reason you might have. But yeah, that's how it is. And so I don't know if there's something you're interested in or not. If it is, just send me your email and I'll send you the link and the information about it.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So do you have my email?
Doug from the Tai Chi Center sent me the link.
To this, the link to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a different link on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to send that to you if you're interested.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk it over.
Okay. Well, let me just give you my email. So if you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too.
Sure.
Okay. It's Stephen, Steven, at Stephen Spiro, SPIRO.com.
SP.
SPIRO.
Yeah, Spiro.
Yeah, Stephen at StephenSpiro.com.
Okay, got it.
All right, great. Well, great to have you with us. And the class is different every time. So yeah, so you're welcome to join anytime. The classes are free. These Zoom classes are free. If you want to attend the retreat, then you can donate however much you want to.
And do you suggest doing this every day?
Oh yeah, some form of it. Yeah. Any of the moves that we did, any of this, practices, standing, or any of that I do recommend it every day. But even if you don't do it every day, it's still beneficial.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Diane. Good to meet you.
And my husband, Michael. Yeah.
Hiding.
Yeah, there he is.
Hi, Michael.